So this is a round of level 1 chop choy sparring. Once again, level 1 chop choy sparring is sparring with the lead hand only. So somewhat similar to jab sparring, Western boxing. However, we're using a chop choy, which is a very traditional technique in the Choy system. So you'll see here, in this particular session, we're focusing on bridging the gap. So you'll see we keep creating space between each other. And then once we're at a distance where we feel we can shoot in with what we call a byuma or shooting stance, which is basically a sliding step, we'll try to do so and land that chop choy. So we have distance, and then as soon as I think I can, I go in with that punch. Now, what this does is two things. One, you're training to bridge that gap. So we're really training to sort of come in from a distance, be able to enter in, and we're leading with that chop choy in order to later on we would use that to set up different combinations with more power shots. You know, some of the other things are just sort of spatial awareness, is training yourself to know when you're close enough to the opponent to actually hit them, which is a big thing in traditional martial arts. A lot of people do static drills where they just kind of stand there and feed each other techniques and attempt to counter, and then once they start sparring, they find that there's all these different variables that come into play, like distancing, timing, setup. So you'll see even on something as basic as this, if we're not trying to set up the chop choy, we're not going to land it that often. There's other things like that. What I just did there was just an immediate counter shot, you know, following Josiah's attack. So it's the same technique. We're just throwing just the chop choy, but there's so many different ways to use this technique. And you know, I'm doing these commentary videos now. I'm going to start doing these more often to answer some of the questions you guys have had about some of the things in the training videos that I've done. So that was level 1 chop choy sparring.